First, I would like to acknowledge two of my board members. We have Ms. Sonia Falcon and Mr. Omar Guevara. I've lived here in Texas all my life, and so I've seen the many changes that have occurred through time, all positive. I remember here, especially in the Rio Grande Valley, where adults over 18 have very high or actually low educational attainment, somewhere around 48%. And through the years, even slowly, we've been making progress. And the progress has been reducing poverty, although not at the rate that we have our county judge would like to have. And kudos to you being the champion for the Prosperity Task Force, because that's really helping. And we hope to support that and do whatever we can to bring the poverty down here in the Rio Grande Valley. As I looked at some data that I was just trying to find regarding Texas, what I noted was that Texas is the 8th largest economy in the world. So you consider Texas as a country compared to Germany, Spain, England, it is the 8th largest. Just to give you an idea of just how big the economy here in Texas is. It's considered the best state for business, and it's been doing that for 20 years. So, I mean, this is an awesome state. And here in the Rio Grande Valley, what I'm looking for is that we also benefit from being the best economy in the United States. Texas has 15.8 million in working in the workforce, and 4 million engaged in education and upskilling. And through the use of the Texas Workforce Commission grants, I'm sure they're adding more to that number of individuals that are looking for training and upskilling. Here at Workforce Solutions, we provide a lot of services to employers. A lot of it is helping them identify qualified job candidates. And that's like a very, very important service that employers look for. But a major focus for us is also finding opportunities for upskilling existing employees. And so that's what we're doing with Lone Star National Bank. We applied for a grant with the Texas Workforce Commission, and we were lucky to receive that award. It totals $262,144. And they will be training and upskilling 317 employees. Some of the trainings that are going to occur is like business of banking program, legal issues in banking. And there's also 2 courses that are going to be provided by South Texas College. One on public speaking and effective communication and principles of data-driven decision making. And I just want to say kudos to South Texas College. They're like a premier community college in the entire United States. So I just want to thank everyone for being here and celebrate with us the award that we're going to be providing to Lone Star National Bank. Thank you. Now I'm going to turn it over to Mr. David Deanda, Lone Star National Bank President.
Yeah. You know, we take this award as a symbol of our commitment to helping our community grow and employees as well. And we don't think of like all the hard work, tons that you've done, Chewy that you've done, we're going to put into good use. And I can assure you that it's going to be for the benefit of our employees to make them better people, not only for our community, but for our bank, but for themselves. We truly believe in education. And everything that's happening today in South Texas, we'll be able to look back and say, you know what, we're better than it. I don't like what's happening in immigration, and I'm talking to the judge about that. This is our culture, this is what Lost National Bank is, and I'm proud to tell you that we are the largest Hispanic independently owned bank in the nation. We don't take that lightly. We believe that education is the foundation to everyone growing, and that we're going to make sure that we continue to provide for those that are in need, that we don't turn our back on them, that we continue to serve them in all that we do. So with this grant, we're going to put it to work, we're going to put it to good use, but the most important thing is that, Commissioner, you know that you put money into good use, and that we're going to make sure that we take every possible benefit for it. And thank you so much for giving us a grant. And we don't take it lightly. So thank you, Commissioner Green.
Thank you, Mr. Grande. So our next speaker will be Erica. We will make it up here. You can come up here. Before she delivers to Martin, come up, Erica. I'm sorry. I'd be remiss if I didn't acknowledge that one of our trustees from South Texas College is here. So, Delinda, thank you for being here. And of course, the president of our fine institution in our backyard is Dr. Solis. So, Ricardo, thank you for all you do.
Thank you, Julian. Whenever I mention to someone that I've been with Lone Star National Bank for more than 2 decades, they quickly ask me the same question. Why have you stayed there for so long, right? Because it's rare now that somebody lasts so long with an employer. And I said, it's not that I stayed there, it's that Lone Star National Bank has truly made a great job in keeping me engaged, right? Keeping me at the forefront of all the changes and all of the benefits that we offer to our employees. And one of the ways that Lone Star National Bank does this is exactly this, right? This is a reflection of the commitment that the bank has to its employees. So that's something that a lot of people look for in an employer, the opportunity for growth and the opportunity for development. Now, when we applied for this grant, we said, okay, what's our goal, right? And we did what we always do with any other training. We sat down and we said, okay, what are the training needs of our employees? And how can we better prepare them not only to deal with the challenges that we're going through right now, but prepare them for the future opportunities that they're going to be confronted with. And so we identified those training needs, we identified the ways that we needed to implement in order to close that gap. And then the most important thing was, let's identify those partners that could help us reach these goals. And so we quickly looked at STC, we said, hey, we've worked with them before, they've done a tremendous job. We said we need to partner up with them because they've demonstrated that they have the same passion that Lone Star National Bank has, which is to grow the people within their bank, right, their organization. And in turn, like Mr. Danda said, it's a reflection in our community. And so we did that, right? We partnered up with those that really, again, have that passion for growth. So thank you to our partners, STC, American Bankers Association, and to also our Leadership Empowerment Group with Dr. Bagardi Hinojosa. Thank you so much for partnering with us with this endeavor. Thank you. Now I also want to thank our Texas Workforce Commission for trusting us with this grant. One of the things that I take pride of is that with the many supervisors that I've had within the growth with Lone Star National Bank, one of the things that I've always learned is we need to make sure that everything that we invest, whether it's time or money, it's well invested, right? And so when I was given the challenge with our first grant to say, okay, are you going to invest it wisely? And quite honestly, the question was, are you going to spend it all, right? And I said, absolutely, right? We're going to make sure that it's invested wisely. So I want to thank Texas Workforce Commission for trusting in us in the successful management of the grant. You have our word that we're going to invest it wisely. Thank you to our LSNB leadership team because of your continued support for the learning culture, right? If part of our culture is we continue to learn. There's always something that we can learn every single day. And if you know me, I kind of walk by the halls of Lone Star National Bank and every now and then ask, what have you learned today? Tell me one thing, right? It doesn't matter if it's, I learned that in Excel you can do this, or I learned in Outlook you can do this. That's perfect. We're one step ahead. We're growing, right? So thank you to our leadership team for supporting that. And of course, thank you to my Lone Star University team, which they're right here. So I would like to have a big round of applause for our LSNB team. Thank you for every day showing your passion for what you do, and most importantly, that you do it with heart. So thank you for that. And so to all of us, I say just continue creating those career pathways for our team members, and let's continue showing our employees that growth is possible, and it's expected, it's encouraged, and most important, growth at Lone Star National Bank is absolutely, absolutely supported. So thank you for that. And why is that? Because we are LSNB, and that is the difference with us. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Erica. So again, did I mention earlier, Commissioner, that we're the only financial institution in the state to ever receive this grant? So thank you for that. Thank you, and thank you for continuing to support us. So it is my pleasure to introduce to you a friend of mine who I've known for many years. I'm very grateful that he represents, like I said, not only this great state, but specifically the region. And we're very grateful to have you here. As I mentioned, Senator, we're very grateful for the Senate confirmation. Everyone was in favor of having Commissioner Trevino there, so we're so proud of you. And we look forward to the great work that continues to happen under your leadership. So without further ado, it is my pleasure to introduce to you not only the Workforce Commissioner representing labor, but also a good friend of mine, Commissioner Albert Trevino.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. It is a tremendous privilege to be back home in the Rio Grande Valley to help support and represent Texas Workforce Commission and award a Skills Development Fund grant to Lone Star National Bank. This grant is going to help about 317 workers here at the bank to get skills and learn advanced techniques in commercial banking. And that's going to help not just the bank, but it's going to help the community and the businesses that the bank serves. Now, as Julian said, as a commissioner, I get to see behind the curtain. So I get to see all the work that goes and is involved in a grant like this. This is the community leaders, the Workforce Solutions. Thank you, Frank. All the leaders here in the community, the schools that put this together, that make this happen. So I fortunately get to seem like I get all the credit, but that's not true. It is every one of you that makes this happen and makes this possible. So any chance that I get to talk to a group that's receiving a grant, I always try to make that point, because it is about partnerships. It is about the collaboration that the communities have, not just with the businesses, but with the schools in the area. And I thank South Texas College for the great work that they do and keep doing. And then everybody here in just this room. I am truly humbled to be in this room with such great leaders of South Texas. So without further ado, I want to just say that I am honored to be here and so proud of Lone Star National Bank for thinking outside the box and having this training that is going to help not just the workers of the bank, but the community in general. So the banking industry is crucial, and Lone Star has been a financial leader here in South Texas for many years. And they support local businesses, families, and they do truly care about their workforce. So with that, I will present the Skills Development Fund grant check to Lone Star National Bank.
Thank you, Commissioner. So, Edma, if I could have you come up here and we can make arrangements for photo ops.
So all of the photographers, if you'd like to line up here, and then we're at the here with the check printing.
And before I forget, I wanted to say hi to my sister that made it all the way from Harlingen today. Linda Burke.